What's going on, everybody? Payneblade back here again. Welcome back to another video, guys. I think we're sitting on 4 or 5 today, but I want to talk about the evolution of tribes and why it's a great time to be a tribes player. Yes, the content is very much similar, but new things have come out to take away some of that dry Sahara and put in an oasis and give us some hope. And I'm talking about pretty big changes, guys. So let's talk a little bit about the past, the present, and what we're hoping for the future. All right, so the past. I want to tell you guys who are brand new players how good you have it. Alright, so back, I'm going to be like that old man sitting on his porch and turn that music down, that kind of guy, right? But you guys really need to hear how much the game has evolved. And I mean, there was a point in time where I quit, obviously, because the game just wasn't taking steps forward for the community. But these two big changes that we're going to talk about later have made a huge impact for me specifically, and I would imagine for a lot of returning players, and has helped tribes kind of get its greatness back a little bit. So in the beginning, guys, when you were a first-time tribes player, and this is when the game first came out, there was only a few different ways to get URs up. Number one was summoning dupes, and I'm telling you, that was painful. There were no extra fragment banners, there were no bonus banners. It was just, here's the banner, summon on it, the rates were the same, nothing really changed there. And the only ways to actually get you like fragments for your URs was Omni Fragments from Arena, Blessing level 15, NWT gold chest drops, so you guys know how rare that is, there were no other events, like there was no joint exercises for URs, there were no flashback genealogy, none of that jazz. Like it was just straight log in every day, get your shinobi coins, summon, and hope and pray to God you get yourself something that was a UR that you could possibly use, or dupes. And I'm talking about, like, you know how dupes are, it's like 20, 40, etc., right? So it wasn't easy at all. And if you go back to my like beginning of time videos, you'll see my summon videos were absolutely nutty. I'm talking about like 135k, 175k, and that was the only way back then to be getting yourself a 4-star, 5-star UR, which was stupid as heck, right? So moving on now, where a lot of players started quitting. The beginning, everybody quit, and I mean, if you look at any reviews, this game was bashed to bits, and rightfully so. I stuck around because obviously I had a great relationship with ISC, and I joined them, and then MRN and myself decided, you know what, hey, maybe let's try this YouTube content and see where it goes. And I mean, you all know how that ended. But from there on in, we finally, the game actually ended up not shutting down, which was to our surprise. It got it to the 1 million download mark, and from there, guys, it started providing us a little bit of content, right? We started getting different banners, different events, etc. We started making things interesting, and then finally they decided to do the that, which was the UR Naruto, I believe was the time at that point, and that gave us an event to actually farm. So people started farming that, and then the 6-month anniversary kicked in, guys, and that was the biggest change in tribes ever. We got introduced to some Akatsuki members, we got introduced to SR Heavy and another event like UR Naruto, and people understood it better this time, right? And we got the introduction to the first ever new content, which was flashback genealogy, and that was the only way at the time to get yourself the URs as well as the fragments for those URs. That was a massive difference to the tribe community, and it was a huge upgrade to the game, right? So that was amazing. And then ATB got introduced at the same time, and that was even crazier because now we got, you know, a way to play the game for a long time without using stamina with insane amount of difficulty. So that was great, and that evolved the game, and finally brought a lot of players back. There was so much interest coming back to the game again, and from there, tribes just kind of never slowed down. It went over to the Rene Festival, and then the Rene Festival ended up becoming the 1-year anniversary, right? Which is the introduction of Rene's Santa, Naruto, Minato was introduced as well during the anniversary, the 1 year or the New Year's, and then the anniversary got kicked in, and we got KCM as a transforming unit. And then from that point on, guys, things kind of just went downhill, and this is where my love for the game kind of got shattered, because it seemed like we wrote a petition, we put all this effort into, you know, letting Bandai know our woes and stuff, and for a little while it seemed like they weren't listening, because it was just the same old nonsense. And as a matter of fact, it got worse. They started taking away the second fragment character, where we could only farm like a 1 UR, and then the second UR that was introduced wasn't farmable. You could only farm an SR that was introduced, which they actually removed SRs from the game completely, it looks like, because we haven't had a new one since Oniki. So those were the kind of changes. Like Abyss was, Abyss was easy to finish, but there was no point in finishing it if you didn't get your UR character. Same, unless you want the UR fragments, obviously. Same with Master Level 2. Those are two new things they introduced, was 40 floors and Master 2, and obviously they increased the Tower of Eternity to 90. So that made a lot of players quit, including myself, and I couldn't promote the game anymore. But coming back last month, man, they've made some major changes. And I want to talk about the evolution and the leveling up that Tribes has done since then. Okay, so first off, guys, let's talk a little bit about the new event. Everybody knows I made a video about it just before this one, Shinobi Genealogy Tales. This is the exact thing that we were begging for. So whether the petition worked or not is irrelevant. Bandai has answered our pleas, and they've come out with an event that gives us the ability to customize the UR that we want to go for. And it's not only is it fair, I want to make that clear, it's fair, the level to get these URs, because I mean, you could stop at level 4 and still collect quite a bit of URs for the next day. But I mean, not only is it fair, but it's also customizable. And with that I mean, you get to choose the UR character you want to put these fragments towards, and that is something that is key. And I was scared when this first came out, right? Because I thought to myself, like, there's no way in hell this is going to come out every month or every 2 weeks. This is probably going to be a quarterly thing where we'll see every 3 months. And, you know, lo and behold, like 2 to 3 weeks later, guys, we got the event again. And you don't understand, like, to a player who's been here from day one and has taken a month off to, you know, kind of just to see where the game is going, this was such a huge step forward. Like, this is the evolution that the Tribes needed. Again, I've always said this from the beginning. The content itself is not ever going to be like incredible. You're never going to be like, oh my god, this is such good content, it makes me want to continue playing. But this is a collector's game. It is a character collector game with some content, right? It's a character collector first. So with that being said, for those who want to collect their main characters, their favorite characters, this is one of the key elements to add into a game by giving us an event that is outside of the usual, you know, FG, Abyss, mundane stuff that we get every 2 weeks, and throw something brand new in there. Not only that, but of course, Alliance Team Battle has been introduced a long time ago, and that does kind of break up the boredom a little bit because it forces alliances to work together. The problem with Alliance Team Battle is they've always done the Akatsuki. We're at like Akatsuki 75 now or something. So I really hope that the next time around with this amazing content, piece of content I should say, that they actually change ATB a little bit and give it a new either a new structure or brand new characters we can focus on. But guys, this is a huge evolution for Tribes, and the fact that it's been introduced twice now in less than a whole month is a massive deal. A lot of you guys don't understand this because you're brand new to this and this seems like a very normal thing. I promise you, this is one of the biggest steps forward for Bandai and for Ninja Tribe. So it's a great feeling to know that as a veteran player, we have something like this happening. All right, the next big thing, and this one I just noticed today, so big ups for those people who made a comment section and let me know. I am so used to EF banners being just double drops, okay, in terms of like the fragments. You pull a unit, instead of getting 10, you'll get 20 fragments, right? Nowhere near in my head that I read anything that came out today. I was just like, whatever, another EF, another 4 URs. This is so stupid and pointless, right? That's literally how my mindset went in, but at least they had some interesting characters, so I decided, hey, let's make a video. As I made that video, someone explained to me, hey, for some odd reason, I got 150 fragments by pulling a UR dupe. I'm like, no, you didn't, and I laughed. Right? And so I'm like, you know what? Why would someone lie about that? So I went in and I saw the detail section, and this literally blew my mind. Okay, so I didn't know, and I apologize for not reporting on this on the original Do Not Summon video or Summon video, whichever one. My points still stand for that video, by the way. Nothing changes in terms of how I am approaching that. But I want to make note of this. This is huge because if ever EF banners like this, it now has changed the landscape of how Tribes should be looked at. Okay. So if you're looking at this, you are reading it correctly. 3-star URs give 150 dupes. That is wild because before it used to give 40. 4-star URs gives 300. That used to only give 100. That is 3 times the amount, guys, that we're getting now for pulling an extra fragment banner. Like, literally, my mind is just blown by this. This is probably one of the best things that could have happened to this game from a summoning perspective. The only thing that would have been better than this is a pity system, right? But hear me out. We kind of have a pity system in place now because of this. So now if you don't pull the character you want, you can limit yourself, right? And you can wait a month or 2 for an extra fragment banner. And by getting the extra fragment banner, you can first off pour in here, let me explain to you how this works, right? Let's just say you get your Shinobi Exchange coins, right? And a lot of the URs are in the Shinobi Exchange shop. You can use them to get the UR you want, keep it at 1 star, and when their extra fragment banner comes out, right? For example, let's say Naruto, when their extra fragment banner comes out, when you pull that character, you're instantly going to be able to get yourself, number 1, a 3 star, right? From 1 to 3. And then when you pull another dupe, you're going to be able to push that to 4 stars with just 1 summon. If you somehow get yourself a 4-star character, by luck, you'll be able to push it closer to 5 stars. So this takes away the need to have characters for the specific events. If you feel like you've missed out, now you have an opportunity to get yourself that summon, and you're only competing with the people in that summon banner, right? So for these 4 here, you're only competing between these 4, right? Now the rates percentages haven't increased at all. That part does suck still, guys. But because you can, if you have a little bit of luck or if you've saved up, pull the unit you want out of the 4, you can now get yourself a 5-star a lot quicker. This is a huge deal, guys, because the one thing that Bandai was really greedy about was summoning. Like, they gave us no opportunity. There was no like relaxation behind summoning. It was always an anxious event. Like, if you didn't pull the unit, that's 2 weeks of boredom. What the hell are you gonna do? Now at least you have 2 weeks to gain UR fragments. Wait for an extra fragment banner, use the 1 star to get it, and then you can get the 3 star, and then you can get yourself the dupes and hopefully push to 4 or 5, and then add in some UR fragments and get yourself a 6 star that you would have got during the event if you're higher up. So this is a pretty big evolutionary thing for summoning for tribes. Again, the only thing Bandai you're missing, literally, I kid you not, that would make and break everything is a pity system. But guys, I think this is such a good step in the right direction for tribes. So I want to thank Bandai for this. I want to thank you guys for watching for all these videos. Again, this is Payne. I hope you guys are joining the game now, and have fun playing. Have a good one, everybody. We'll talk soon.